Breaking news from Canaan tonight. A widowed woman accused of scandal has turned the tables on one of the nation's tribal leaders. Sources confirm Judah's own daughter-in-law, Tamar, is pregnant, and the father is Judah himself.
Welcome to Breaking Bread, the Scandalous Edition, Girls Gone God, where the stories that would have broken the internet still break open redemption. I'm Heather.
And I'm Joby. Buckle up because this one starts messy but ends in mercy.
This week's episode is brought to you by Westwood Barbecue. This year, to celebrate your Valentine, take your sweets for a treat at Westwood Barbecue. Located at 604 West Bobo Newsom Highway in beautiful Hartsville, South Carolina, and opened Thursday through Saturday from 11 until 8 and Sunday from 11 to 2. You can order from the menu, grab a plate off of the buffet, or order in bulk, and they even cater.
Genesis 38 opens like a family drama gone wrong. Judah has 3 sons, Onan, and Shelah. Tamar marries but he dies young, and he leaves her childless.
By custom, his brother Onan should give a child to carry on the family name. Instead, he uses her and refuses her future. God calls that out, and he dies too.
Now Judah's nervous. He promises his last son Shelah, but never follows through. And he promised Tamar, the last one, the youngest one. So she goes home on good word. She's stripped of her status with no husband and no inheritance.
Tonight on BNN, we are covering the story that has captivated audiences across the country. A story surrounded by speculation, controversy, and unanswered questions. For the first time, Tamar is speaking publicly to address what really happened and why. Good evening, Tamar. Thank you so much for joining us.
Evening, Derek. Thank you for inviting me.
You've stayed silent for months. Why speak now?
Because silence started sounding like guilt, and people decided who I was without hearing me.
Take us back to that night. What do you remember?
It felt ordinary. Same typical day. There were no warning signs, but by morning, though, everything went crazy.
And the story took on a life of its own.
For sure, a version of it did. It was one that made me either a villain or a victim, but the real truth is messier. Way messier, and I'm here for it.
When did you realize you'd lost control?
When I started seeing my words were repeated without context, I knew it was only a one-sided version.
Some say you disappeared.
Yeah, but healing looks like hiding to people who want headlines.
What do you want viewers to understand tonight?
That I'm really not asking for sympathy. I just want honesty and the chance to finally speak for myself, not have it told for me.
Translation: invisible. In that world, widowhood meant poverty. Her story's over before it begins, or so it looks. Time passes, Judah's wife dies. Word spreads that he's traveling to Timnah to shear his sheep. Tamar hears, and something in her snaps awake.
I can actually hear the snap because this is already making me mad. So she takes off her widow's clothes, covers her face with a veil, and waits by the roadside. And when Judah passes by, he doesn't even recognize her, but he propositions her.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
She doesn't name herself. She just says, "What will you give me?" He promises a goat. She says, "Leave your seal, cord, and staff until you send it."
So today, in today's world, that would be like, okay, hand me your wallet, your ID, and your banking password. But he agrees, and they're together, and she conceives.
Oh, gosh.
Mm-hmm.
3 months later, Tamar visibly pregnant. The whispers reach Judah, and he erupts. Bring her out and burn her.
And the audacity is at an all-time high. So they drag her out. She has no lawyer, no defense. Like, this is just smoke rising, and the judgment is hot and ready.
When they found out I was pregnant, there was no hearing. There were no questions. There was no way to even prepare for a defense. Judah didn't ask how. I mean, he didn't ask who. he just had 2 words.
Burn her. Drag her out and burn her. Now.
What reached Judah wasn't truth. It was a report. Gossip. Someone told him I had behaved like a prostitute and that I was pregnant. There were no witnesses. There was no investigation. No one asked me a question. Judah didn't send for me to speak. That was the sentence. I had no lawyer. I had no defense. I had no voice in that moment. So I didn't argue. I sent what I had.
And so, what was that?
I sent the truth. Bam.
And she sends a message. The man who owns these items is the father. She calls him out.
Yeah. Judah opens the pouch, his own signet, his cord, his staff, and silence. Can you imagine, like, how tense it was?
Busted.
Then his words cut through. She is more righteous than I. But it takes him getting caught. Like, she was bad. She was a bad mamma jamma. She went and called him right out in front of everybody.
And just like that, then scandal turned into vindication. Justice wears a veil, and God calls it righteous.
So then moving forward, Tamar gives birth to twins, and the midwife ties a scarlet thread on one hand, but the other child pushes past. He's in a race. He's going to get out first. Perez, meaning breakthrough.
And through Perez's line comes David, and the generation later, Jesus. The scandalous woman becomes the great-great-grandmother of grace itself.
So this is juicy. If this story were to drop online today, like, the hashtags would be so wild. Hashtag Veilgate. Hashtag paternity scandal. Hashtag cancel Tamar.
She would be judged before anyone even read the scroll.
Right, but heaven wasn't scrolling here for gossip. Heaven was in the middle of writing redemption.
Yeah, Tamar wasn't acting out of rebellion. She was fighting for justice. The system denied her.
And sometimes obedience has to wear armor. Sometimes righteousness walks through the smoke.
We'll return right after this short break. A huge thank you to the sponsors that help us bring Breaking Bread straight to you. Love is in the Air at Sissy's Children's Boutique, located in downtown Hartsville, South Carolina at 136 East Mantissa Row. And it's your one-stop shop for darling outfits, accessories, and all the cutest fashions for your little ones. Come shop local at Sissy's.
Looking for love in all the wrong places? Well, let us send you in the right direction. Call Eric Johnson at Florence Toyota in Florence, South Carolina to help you find a ride you love. Give him a call at 843-669-1676. Be sure and tell him the girls from Breaking Bread sent you. Don't you just love a fresh, shiny, brand new windshield? Well, Chris would love to install one for you. Superior Auto Glass is a proud family and veteran-owned company and completely mobile. Give him a call for all of your windshield needs here in South Carolina at 843-245-2320.
God didn't pick Tamar because she was perfect. He picked her because she refused to disappear.
Right. She reminds us that even when people misjudge your motive, God sees your heart.
I love that.
Yeah, that's so good.
So, if you've ever been dismissed, disqualified, or defined by rumors, you're in good company.
Right, because grace does not flinch at scandal. It takes it on. It says, hey, buckle up.
Buckle up, baby. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
We're going to change this. We're gonna make a difference. It rewrites it.
Yeah, she flipped some tables there.
She really did.
Scandals still can't stop grace.
And that wraps up this episode of Breaking Bread. Joby and Heather, thank you for listening, supporting, and sharing our podcast. See you here, same time, same place, next week.